Welcome to the Guitar Resource Podcast, practice topics for the beginning and intermediate guitarist.
Hello, and welcome to this episode. In the last few episodes and beyond, we've talked about chord shapes, talked about the minor chords, major chords, and the dominant chords. So we'll start talking a little bit about the strumming hand and playing from there. So we'll use one of the easier chords as an example. Harmony, we'll use E minor. So let's get ourselves set up on that. And if your fingers do get tired, you can also try these exercises with just open strings. Okay, so I have my second finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, and the 3rd finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret. And I'm strumming all the strings. Okay, so the rhythms that we'll be talking about today are primarily eighth note rhythms. And so what's going to happen is the hand will pass the strings once for every beat. And so the first 8th note would be down and the second would be up, and that would complete one beat. So one beat would sound like 1 and. Okay. We'll be adding quarter notes to this as well and other things, but that's primarily what we're working with, 8th note type rhythms, and the hand is just going past the strings once per beat. So first, let's start by playing a measure where we're going to strum down and up. So I'll start out as an example here. Okay, so that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And so notice that when the hand goes down, that's on the beat. And when the hand comes up, that's in between beats. So just like you would tap your foot, the hand goes down. Now, one of our goals as we play with strumming is when the hand goes down and reaches the end of its cycle, bring it back up right away. And likewise, when it comes up and at the end of its cycle, bring it down right away. So we don't stop the hand and then start it. It just kind of goes back and forth. Okay, so let's try working it out together. You can play along or just watch or listen. But I'll count into 4 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we played 2 measures there. Now let's talk a little bit about missing the strings. So we've hit the strings each time. We want to work on missing the strings. So to miss the string just means that you pass by the string without hitting it. And so we'll pass by on the way down and on the way up. So we're not going to actually make any sound. And this is just an exercise for now. So if I'm playing 1, 2, 3, 4. So what's happening is I'm missing the string each time. And what we're doing is training the hand to go back and forth. Okay. So let's try that together once. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so far we've practiced going back and forth, hitting the strings, making contact, and we've practiced going up and down without hitting the strings. So oftentimes what we have is some combination of those two things. So we'll work on striking the strings on the way down and missing on the way up. So I'll give you an example. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, and I just played like this. And notice on the way up, the hand is passing the string without hitting it and then going back down. So let's try that out together one time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great, so those are quarter notes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, but notice on the eighth notes, the hand is coming up and we're missing the strings. Okay, so let's try the opposite of that, which would be to miss on the downstroke, just on the beat, and then strum on the upstroke. So I'll give you an example. Okay, so that was 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, well let's try that together so that the hand is missing on the beat and then it makes contact on the end of the beat. Okay? Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so the hand misses and then it hits on the way up. Okay, so when we're strumming a pattern that includes eighth notes and quarter notes, we're going with some combination of those at any given time. So we'll work on a common rhythm, but before we do that, let's talk a little bit more about the strumming hand. A lot of times when folks first start out, the hand, the pick wants to point upward on the way down and then downward on the way up. Our goal is to get it so the hand looks pretty much the same going down and up. Like that rather than... Okay, so to achieve that, what we want to do is take the pick on a string and tilt it one way. That way the pick will glide across the strings. Okay, so put the pick on a string and then try to tilt it a little bit one way or the other. That way the hand can stay the same and the pick is still able to glide over the strings. Well, let's try out a common pattern, and see what we can do with it. So our pattern is going to be down, down, up, up, down. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we strum down, miss on the up, down, up, miss on the down, up, down, and miss on the up. So that's down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Well, let's try it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down. Great. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and if you do have any questions, please leave one below or a comment. You can also follow on Facebook and Twitter, and you can reach me at guitar-resource.com. Well, I hope you have a great week of practice.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Guitar Resource podcast. Be sure to rate and subscribe. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.